Hi, I'm Anne Graaff, and I'm talking to you from my art studio. I'm an artist and a writer. If you'd like to know more about my work, I have a website, annegraaff.com. And I'm wanting to describe to you a little bit today about some of the work I do with music. I have a passion to work in a modality known as synesthesia, which is the translation of one sense into another sense. So when it relates to music, it's when sound translated into visuals or visuals translated into sound. Kandinsky is an example of an artist who worked like that. Music was one of his inspirations. And I absolutely love sitting and listening to sound. Sometimes it's sounds in nature, but sometimes it's musical sounds. And in real time, trying to make translations, translating what I hear through my ears into something visual. And for me, it's sort of, I suppose, like a meditation, a really profound meditation, because one has to be so much in the moment, and one's attempting to capture qualities about the music in rapid motion. So one is attempting to capture, how can I say, the whole tone and feel of the piece. And then also through color and line, one's continuously aware of if the sounds are heavy or light, if they seem to be breezy or earthed, if they seem to have a curlicue shape or a scattering shape or a linear shape, and the lines are always moving, and it's very rapid. The work that I do in this way is very rapid, and it seems to me it's a lovely, fresh and open way to work. And I'm really fortunate because my husband, Chris Culpo, is a musician and a composer. So I live in a world where I'm surrounded by sound and music. And recently he's been doing a number of recordings with Catherine Sikora. So Chris and Catherine together have provided me with an opportunity to make new inroads into this, this absolute passion that I have, which is to work from the field of sound. And I suppose sometimes I work after the event. If I want to work in cutout shapes, like Matisse did, working with cutout shapes and solid blocks and color, that's something you can't do rapidly. But if I work in a medium like watercolor, which is very fluid and one can work quickly and with different size brushes and with a great finesse at a rapid speed, then that can be done at a cafe table or in a studio, or with the actual sound and swirling around me and being physically present. And I really love to be in the physical presence, because I think there's something profound about the fact that music gets into the bones. It gets vibrationally, goes through the body, and that's something that mostly happens in the most intense way when one's in the living presence of music being made. Chris and Catherine have currently done 2 new volumes, the Paris sessions in Paris. And I wasn't here for the first one, so I decided to work with cutout after the event. I listened very carefully to the soundtracks, and then decided to work with cutout colored card, getting swirling shapes, letting the scissors, take their roots and playing compositionally, just as Chris and Catherine in their music were playing compositionally and spontaneously. I attempted to work in the same sort of process through art making. I have in the past worked with Catherine and Chris in a recording studio where I was sort of behind the glass and they were being recorded, and I sat and worked, furiously with my watercolors and got the whole session down in my translation. So I've been talking quite a lot today about how I love to work translating sound into visuals, but I really have a real interest and curiosity in what would happen if my visuals were translated back into sound. And I've recently been working on some work, artwork, paintings, with the intention of presenting them to Chris and to Catherine and to other musicians I know, and asking them to actually be inspired by the visuals and see what they make of it, to create a lovely circular story of sound into visuals and visuals into sound.